Welcome to the podcast for the Boston Bruins 4-3 shootout win over the Buffalo Sabres. Tonight's podcast is sponsored by the group of people that said that this game was going to be an unrelentingly underwhelming response to the game 11 days ago. I don't get sick of being right, but at times it is more of a burden than a blessing. You guys are idiots. If you want to be that way, you should pick a shitty team to root for so you can be miserable all the time. I'm going to go in a couple different directions with tonight's podcast. There was, I think, two faces to tonight's game. Right after the loss, it's pretty pissed off. It's just frustrating to see the team lose at home, and especially when they play well. And they did play really well tonight. But at the same time, there are a lot of positives to take from this game. And listening to Lindy Ruff's press conference afterwards, he was pretty lighthearted, pretty upbeat. Was even laughing actually, and he said that the team played really well tonight, and I can't find a whole lot to disagree with there. The Bruins have, kind of a Johnny on the spot goal to Brad Marchand and a fluky goal going off Christian Ehrhoff's back. They win deep into the shootout against a team with like 6 players out, one of which is their all-star goalie. Whatever. I think at one point I saw Doug Janik and Jeff Gilson and Roy Fitzpatrick out on the ice. It's that kind of year for the Sabres. So, yeah, it was disappointing to lose, but at the same time, there was a lot that came out of this game. I thought the Gaustad and Lucic fight kind of sucked. Gaustad really looked like he was afraid of getting hit. Maybe Lucic, with his background, protects himself a little too well for this, but I wanted to see Gaustad, take one to give one. Maybe give up on playing defense in that fight to tag Lucic hard in the head, and maybe you got a guy lying unconscious on the ice. I did like Gaustad's response to McQuaid or Ferentz or whoever it was picking on Gerby late in the game, barreling them into the boards. That was great. I liked Regier. In that same moment, dropping the gloves with Chara, that is also good to see. I liked a lot of the things that Nathan Gerby did tonight. I believe he led the team in hits by a wide margin. He had 8. He was everywhere. I liked Drew Stafford fighting. I hate Drew Stafford right now, but I liked him dropping the gloves. A lot of positives, some negatives. The team lost again in spite of playing well and having two goal leads. They went from playing great hockey to looking awful, almost at the drop of a hat, which is the same thing they did against Phoenix. They need to be able to hold on to those leads, but overall, probably the most enjoyable loss that I've been to, and I don't know how much that really says, but it is what it is. I think that overall the Bruins lack talent. I said that before. I'm sticking by it, and it may not have bit them in the ass tonight. It may not have bit them in the ass for the last 10 games, against the Islanders and Senators and Jets and Blue Jackets, but it will bite them in the ass eventually. Mark my words, it's going to happen. The Bruins are not talented enough to win another cup. After all that, I will go into my 3 stars and 3 black holes. The first star, or third star, yeah, I do these backwards. The third star's got to go to Nathan Gerbe. Probably as good of a game as you can have as a forward without scoring all over the place. Second star is going to go to TJ Brennan. Gotta love when a guy pots his first one. First star, I'm going to give it to 2 players. There's one that maybe I shouldn't, but I think that tonight's game is going to do a lot to get him started. That is Christian Ehrhoff. Finally got an actual real goal, non-empty net goal of the season, and I think that's going to be a nice weight off his shoulders. I think we're going to see a lot of positives from him in the near future, and I'm going to give Thomas Vanek, the other star, had a goal, was +1 on the night, probably should have had another. Tim Thomas got a little tricky throwing the stick there, but good to see Vanek get back on track and end that pointless streak. 3 black holes. Derek Roy. Oh my God. I almost want to just take that A right off his chest and shove it down his throat, because I thought he was mature enough to cut with the bullshit retaliation penalties, just stupid penalties, and he was guilty again tonight, and even got away with a few that should have been called on him. Just a stupid game by Roy. Grow up, dude. You're what, 28 years old now? Come on. Second black hole. You know what? I'm gonna give the second and first black hole to the same guy, because I'm sick of his fucking ass having grade A scoring chances to put away games or to put the team up late in games and just fucking them up on a bizarrely consistent basis. Drew Stafford, you fought a guy, you had 7 shots, you still look like the softest goddamn big guy on the ice. There were a couple pucks along the boards late in the game where you could have bodied up a defenseman, and bodied up a Boston defenseman, and you did nothing. My enduring memory, my great fear is that my enduring memory of Drew Stafford is going to be Game 6 last year against the Flyers, and there he was with the hammer ready to put the nail in the coffin, and he hit himself in the face with it instead of hitting the nail. I can't say enough bad things about Stafford tonight. We were stupid, probably really stupid, to pay a guy where half of his goals last year looked like they were shot by a 4-year-old in a midgets league. Just a lot of fluke goals that went in. He looked like a player that was benefiting from a high shooting percentage, not a player that was outworking that position. I'm sick of him. I don't want to see him anymore. I want to bench him, and I want to bench Roy because they play like dumbasses. And that's all I got for them. I'm guessing I'll see you guys Friday.